finally we have won against Pakistan. Hey, hold on, hold on, hold on. What are you celebrating for? We have just won one match against Pakistan and it's not the finals anyway. We have at least one more match to play against Pakistan in the same tournament, and probably we might face them in the finals as well. So just hold on, don't get too excited at this point. Okay, but a win is a win. Yeah, we'll accept. Yeah, well done India. So welcome to all my viewers. Thanks once again for joining me. So we are just celebrating the Indian win against Pakistan. It's a good job done by the Indian team. At least from the irony of not being able to take a single wicket against Pakistan in the last match that we played against them in the World Cup, we were able to get them all out. So that's a good sign. That's a good sign. Well done again. Good job, Indian team. The Indian bowling has been too good in this match. They bowled very well. They contained the explosive Pakistani batting lineup very well. But for the last couple of overs where they went for a lot of runs, particularly from 128 for 9, we shouldn't have let them score 147. Dahani scored a couple of big sixes in the last 2 overs, which probably we could have contained, because at one point in time it looked like probably that might have cost us the match because we were struggling to reach the target. But yeah, it's good, finally we made it. Jadeja's promotion up the batting order was a gamble, so it paid off thankfully, and he did actually do a good job by holding one end almost till the end of the match. But if it had failed, if Jadeja had got out earlier, then this move would have been criticized a lot. But since it is almost paid off, so it proved to be a good gamble in the end. The other important point to note was Pandya's composure. At no point in time he showed any kind of nervousness. He looked like he was always in control of the entire things that was happening. Even in the last over when he wasn't able to hit the ball behind the covers, he said, it's okay, I'm still under it, I have it under my control. And the very next ball he hit it over the deep mid wicket for a 6 and finished the deal. So that's the kind of confidence he brings up. So that's very, very good to see from his side. So what a win does is it tends to brush aside the mistakes that we might have done in the match. So since we tend to celebrate that we have won, there are a lot of things that we might have done wrong or we might not have done properly in the match, which might have been just brushed aside just because we have won the match. And that is why I keep getting reminded of this something that Imran Khan said a long back. He said, good team tends to learn from the mistakes from the matches that they have lost, but great teams do learn from the mistakes even from the matches that they win. So that's a very important point that he made long back. So that holds good even now, and that will hold good forever. So we'll discuss about the things that that didn't go well, or probably that could have been better. First, let's start from the selection process. In the 11, I might have discussed this in one of my earlier videos where I would have preferred Ashwin over Avesh Khan, and I still go by that. Avesh Khan, as usual, turned out to be the most expensive bowler in the match yesterday, and I still don't understand how Avesh Khan deserves a place in this squad. I mean, I have nothing personal against him, but he hasn't done enough to deserve a place in the squad ahead of the other pacers. We have someone like Deepak Chahar who could swing the ball both ways with the new ball and can pick up early wickets. And we have someone like Prasidh Krishna, Mohammad Siraj, and a lot of people who have done better than him. So probably I would think they would have deserved a chance better than Avesh Khan. That's the only point I'm trying to make. And Avesh Khan keeps proving me in every match that he is the very expensive bowler in the Indian team now. So that's one thing. And if they cannot find a place for Ashwin in their playing 11, then I don't know why they also have Ravi Bishnoi in the squad. So which means they have 2 spinners in the squad. Probably instead of those 2, we could have had someone like Deepak Chahar as an additional pace bowler, because if we need to drop Avesh Khan for a match and we don't have another fast bowler to replace him. So that's the whole problem with this team squad selection. That's why I am still trying to understand the rationale behind the squad selection by the selectors. Then as far as the playing 11 is concerned, again this was discussed earlier. Dropping Pant for Karthik, yes, is a good move, but again Karthik didn't get to play much of a role as far as batting is concerned in this match. That happens to him probably quite often. I mean, whenever he gets a chance, he comes in a pressure situation. He might not be able to deliver in every single match that he gets to play, but so he has to be given enough chances to prove why he is being selected in the team for. So that's another thing to be noted. Then we'll go to the batting. KL Rahul hasn't hit the form yet since he has come back from the injury. He played a couple of matches in Zimbabwe, didn't get to score runs, and even again yesterday he failed to get a start. So the earlier he sorts himself, the better for him, and it's better for the Indian team as well. Then Virat Kohli scored 35-36 runs, but it's not a fluent Virat Kohli innings. He has had his share of fair chances, and so there was a drop chance in the slip region, and then there was another drop in the mid-off area where he tried to loft the ball over mid-off, but it got an inside edge. Thankfully, it just went out of the reach of the mid-off fielder. And lots of inside edges. There were about 3 or 4 inside edges in his innings. So he didn't look fluent at all except for a couple of shots that he played. So, but good that he stayed in the wicket and scored about 35 runs, which proved to be very crucial in the end. So again, we would like Virat Kohli to come back to his usual form and not this kind of a scratchy innings that he has had yesterday. I wouldn't read too much into the innings of Rohit Sharma and Surya Kumar Yadav. Of course, they also struggled a bit yesterday, but I think they should be okay. So that's not something to be worried about. And there were some of the incidents that I would like to highlight which were quite interesting in yesterday's match. Fakhar Zaman's dismissal was quite bizarre because nobody appealed from the Indian team. Neither the wicketkeeper nor the bowler knew that there was an edge, but he started walking and umpire gave him out, so which is good to see. It's a good sportsman spirit, that's one. Another thing, when Virat Kohli was batting, he hit a ball straight which hit Rohit Sharma's hand. In fact, Rohit was taking an evasive action just by putting his hand up, and the ball hit his hand. And the bowler immediately got worried about Rohit Sharma, which is, I think it was Shadab Khan or some other spinner. So it was really good to see Pakistan is also showing that kind of camaraderie towards the Indian team. And then Hardik Pandya leaning on Mohammad Rizwan's shoulder, which was good to see. That's another thing. The only thing was, of course, Mohammad Rizwan was appealing for every single thing that he took behind the wicket. Even it was a white ball, he was appealing for that. And towards the end, if you looked at the post-match presentation, Manjrekar was asking Jadeja, are you okay to talk to me? If you remember, there was a war of words between Manjrekar and Jadeja a couple of years back, where Manjrekar said Jadeja was just a bits and pieces player, and for which Jadeja responded strongly that Manjrekar was not qualified enough to comment on Jadeja and so on. So the war of words went on for some time. So Manjrekar just broke the ice yesterday. He just asked, are you okay to talk to me? And for which Jadeja said, yeah, absolutely, there is no problem. Another thing that I wanted to bring up is good to see Rahul Dravid back to the Indian dressing room. So we all thought that he will not be participating in this Asia Cup because of COVID, but good that he was able to make it back after recovering quickly. So that's one good thing. But the point that I wanted to highlight is, it was told that Lakshman would be doing the coaching job in the absence of Rahul Dravid. So suddenly Rahul comes back and Lakshman was sent back home, which somehow doesn't look proper to me. The same thing happened in the last series against Zimbabwe, when Shikhar Dhawan was earlier named the captain against the Zimbabwe series. But then once KL Rahul was back fit from his injury, Rahul was named captain and Shikhar Dhawan was stripped of his captaincy. I think it happens quite frequently with the Indian team. I think BCCI should do a better job in dealing with these things. If someone is named as a captain or coach, even if the other guy comes back, at least for that series, let the other guy remain the captain or coach for that series. Maybe in the next full series, the original guy can take over, but not immediately once someone is announced and then stripping him of that role immediately. So that somehow doesn't look good to me. So we have the rest day today. We don't have a match, but we have Afghanistan and Bangladesh match coming up tomorrow, which will be quite interesting. I mean, in the red hot form that Afghanistan displayed against the match against Sri Lanka, I think they are a team to watch out for. And with Bangladesh, Shakib Al Hasan is back to captaincy. He has taken back the captaincy reins. And yeah, it's a good experienced team. They have Mahmudullah, Mushfiqur Rahim, and Sabir Rahman is making a comeback to the Bangladesh team. They have Mustafizur Rahman and Mehdi Hassan as well. So it's a good team to watch out for. I think the clash will be much more interesting. So let's wait and watch, because like I said, the Group B is the one to watch out for. All the three teams are equally good. Unlike in Group A, where India and Pakistan will qualify, probably Hong Kong will miss out. So we'll watch out which team gets eliminated from Group B. Okay, so coming to the trivia part, the question that I asked in the last video was, who was the highest run getter and highest wicket taker in the first ever Asia Cup that was played in 1984? The answer is Surinder Khanna from India was the highest run getter. He scored around 179 runs in that series. And Ravi Shastri was the highest wicket taker, taking 4 wickets in that tournament. So that was the answer. So whoever had answered it right, congratulations, kudos to you all. Question for today: which Indian bowler has got the best bowling figures in the Asia Cup? I hope you would know. The best bowling figure would mean the most number of wickets for the least number of runs in a match. So in the Asia Cup that has been played so far, in all the 14 editions before this one, which Indian bowler has the best bowling figures? So again, leave your answers in the comment section. Thanks for joining. Thanks for all your support and patronage. Keep watching my shows. Thank you very much. See you again in the next video. Bye bye.